Suppose something changed in the financial markets and the demand for your transaction servers tripled. Wouldn't it be great if your data center could automatically reconfigure itself to handle the demand? Reach down into its pool of resources and borrow a few servers from services that don't have as high a priority, then reprovision them and bring them back online as transaction servers until the demand settles back down. Many IT organizations are on the path to this kind of automation, already benefiting from automating configuration management and application management. And they've discovered the value of virtualizing their systems. Now it's possible to take the next step and use model-driven automation to manage the services themselves in tightly coupled response to the demands of your business, using HP OpenView Automation Manager. Many people talk about synchronizing IT with the business. Let's take a look at what that means from the point of view of providing services. The demands of the business for computing services change constantly, sometimes in cycles and sometimes in surges. And different services present dramatically different patterns of demand. To keep IT in synchronization, you have to provide the right services and enough capacity to meet the interlocking combination of demands. When the patterns of demand change, is your hardware and software infrastructure agile enough to adapt in response? In the past, instead of trying to adapt, you may have simply provisioned to cover the peaks on every service, with the result that you over-provisioned at high cost for equipment, software, and especially for the time of your staff. And you may have ended up leaving most of that expensive capacity sitting idle most of the time. In reality, there was little choice, because in the past, IT work was done with scripts that had to be revised for each use, or by hand, and you couldn't reconfigure systems fast enough to keep pace with the business cycles. What's more, the risk of accidentally damaging your systems was high, and it was hard to track the business needs or even recognize them fast enough to stay ahead of them. More recently, you've been able to resolve many of these issues with automated solutions for change and configuration management and tools for business insight. And now, with those solutions in place, you're ready to move up to full service management with HP OpenView Automation Manager. Automation Manager dynamically optimizes the match between the configuration of your servers and applications and the service levels demanded by your business. Out in the business, your users will probably never know anything's changed. All they'll see is continuous, dependable service. But within IT, you'll see how much easier it becomes to routinely achieve higher service levels, working with the hardware and software you already have. And you can continue to use the monitoring and configuration solutions you prefer. Automation Manager doesn't replace your systems. It adds a new level of intelligence and insight to bring them together and make them more effective. Here's how it works. Automation Manager analyzes the actual patterns of business demands and the computing resources available to you. It models your infrastructure and applications. It evaluates your IT policies and judges how to best line up the infrastructure against the demands. Then, based on all this knowledge, it determines the best IT workflow, optimizing for speed, continuity, reliability, risk management, and cost. Then, Automation Manager takes that workflow and makes it happen. It directs automated processes to adjust services, reallocate servers and storage, when necessary install or reconfigure software, and even completely reprovision systems, whatever it takes to maintain all of your services in their desired state, with minimum intervention from your IT staff. In this way, Automation Manager makes your infrastructure responsive with no perceived downtime, dramatically lowers your costs, and helps you truly synchronize IT with the business. Imagine being able to simply relax and watch from your management portal as HP OpenView Automation Manager automatically reconfigures your data center into its weekend profile, flexing up on the web transaction servers, flexing down on the Office application servers, managing the Sunday morning distribution of weekly security updates, and giving you the executive summary report before you go home. HP OpenView Automation Manager brings you one step closer to the adaptive enterprise.